What's up everybody, Damon here, and in today's gaming news, Xbox reminds everyone they don't need an Xbox to play Xbox games. Hellblade 2 seemed to have a quiet launch month, and a new way to cheese infamous Elden Ring boss Millennia has been discovered. This is your Daily Fix. Microsoft is rolling out Xbox gaming on Amazon Fire TV and has released an ad that reinforces the message that you don't need an Xbox console to play Xbox games. Xbox gaming's availability on Amazon Fire TV sticks means people can play games directly from the app via cloud gaming. It expands the potential audience for Xbox games and, crucially, the Xbox Game Pass subscription. All you need to play is a compatible Fire TV stick, a Bluetooth-enabled wireless controller, and an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription. But it's the accompanying advert that has raised the eyebrows of some hardcore Xbox fans. The clip, which seems to riff on the Scream movies, sees a woman answer the phone to an unnamed man who is disguising his voice.
You don't need an Xbox to play Xbox.
You know what, I think you have the wrong number. I'm gonna go.
Microsoft is maybe trying to alleviate fears that people have to fork out hundreds of dollars on a console in order to play Xbox games. But it taps into a feeling from some hardcore fans that Microsoft has deprioritized the Xbox console itself as it works to broaden the appeal of gaming across PC, mobile, and now devices like smart TVs and streaming sticks. While Xbox executives insist consoles remain an important part of Microsoft's video game business, the current models, the Xbox Series X and S, are struggling in sales and lag behind rivals, the PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch. Indeed, Xbox boss Phil Spencer has admitted on multiple occasions that Microsoft has lost the console war, even as it readies the release of new models, a next-gen console, and a heavily rumored Xbox handheld. Microsoft, for its part, has made no secret of its big-picture ambition to reach 1 billion gamers across the globe with Xbox. The recent $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, for example, was as much about picking up Candy Crush Maker King as it was snapping up Call of Duty. Speaking of Xbox games, Hellblade 2 was billed as one of 2024's big exclusives when it was released back in May, but sales numbers have been hard to come by since. Now, thanks to Circana's most recent data, we have a clearer idea of its performance. According to analyst Matt Piscatella, Hellblade 2 was 37th overall in terms of full dollar sales for May, putting it at 21st overall on the Xbox Series consoles. Hellblade 2 did not receive a physical release. Now, notably, it was released on Game Pass at launch. It ranked 12th on Xbox in terms of monthly active users. That puts it just behind Fallout 76 on the platform, but ahead of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Apex Legends, and Forza Horizon 5. Piscatella shared the sales info on Twitter since Hellblade 2's performance meant that it didn't appear on any of the major charts. GamesIndustry.biz publisher Chris Dring noted that it failed to crack the top 100 in European sales charts in what he described as a brutal month for game sales. The sequel to the acclaimed action-adventure game by Ninja Theory, Hellblade 2 was announced not long after Xbox acquired the studio in 2018 and was finally released this year. It was described as a defining moment in the evolution of real-time visuals by Digital Foundry, and we wrote in our own review, Hellblade 2 delivers a spellbinding adventure packed with cinematic spectacle and story surprises that maintains a surging sense of forward momentum and never wastes a second of its slender runtime. Elsewhere in May's game sales, Ghost of Tsushima returned to number 1 thanks to its Steam release, while Call of Duty dominated the charts for both Xbox and PlayStation. Overall, though, it was a rough month for hardware spending as all three consoles recorded double-digit declines year over year. You'll remember last year, Tears of the Kingdom was out in May, and Diablo 4, Street Fighter 6, and Final Fantasy 16 were all out in June. With Hellblade 2 now available, Xbox is looking ahead to the rest of 2024, with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and Avowed among the first-party releases on its docket. And finally today, an enterprising pair of Elden Ring players going by the name Let Us Duo Her have invented a new method for cheesing one of the game's toughest bosses. It uses a simple combination of weapons and techniques introduced by the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Now, Millennia is without doubt one of the toughest bosses offered up by Elden Ring's base game, featuring a range of lightning-swift sword strokes and rot-infused attacks that work in concert to melt the player's health bar while frustratingly regenerating her own. Now, a pair of players have taken to Reddit to reveal a new and vaguely humiliating method of cheesing the troublesome boss by harnessing the new hand-to-hand fighting style introduced by Erdtree. As shown in a YouTube video, the pair are summoned into battle as cooperators while donning the Dane's footwork gear, which is equipped with the Dryleaf Whirlwind Ash of War. Upon entering the boss chamber, the Tarnished who had summoned the duo stands back as the unorthodox pair take turns unleashing kick after kick against the boss, which locks her into a stun animation that goes unbroken for the entire first stage of the fight. The ordinarily troublesome boss is granted a brief reprieve following the mid-battle cutscene to unleash her fearsome Scarlet Aeonia attack before being savagely kicked into oblivion by the scantily clad warriors. Millennia's Haligtree Arena has borne witness to a slew of extraordinary challenge feats following Elden Ring's 2022 release, along with the rise of the community hero Let Me Solo Her, who specialized in taking down the rot-infused demigod. Of course, the attention has since shifted away from Millennia and towards the new cast of brutally difficult bosses introduced by Shadow of the Erdtree. Be sure to check out IGN's comprehensive guides and walkthroughs to ensure that your Tarnished Warrior is prepared to take on everything that the Land of Shadows has to offer. And that is your Daily Fix for Tuesday, July 9th. Now that you're caught up on the news, check out our video on the 10 best new weapons in Shadow of the Erdtree. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your video game news, stay tuned to IGN.